Okay, welcome all. It is absolutely my pleasure to have you here today. This is a pick a pile reading, and you can go by the number or the ornament, however you want to do it. Welcome to all, regardless of what your love life situation is right now. Please know from the get-go that I am not trying to offend anyone. For simplicity's sake, the way I'm going to do these readings is there's going to be a look at the masculine and a look at the feminine. So if you are, it could be referring to a man or a woman. I'm going to need you to use your judgment on the matter. If you are in a relationship with somebody, or you have somebody in particular in mind, somebody maybe you have a crush on, or your connection with an ex even, or something like that, specific in mind, get who's the man in the relationship or the masculine in the relationship, and who our spirit guides would be using the masculine energy to represent, and who they would be using the feminine energy to represent. Okay, if you're in a same-sex partnership, figure it out or choose one. Say, hey, I'm going to be the feminine this time, you're going to be the masculine this time for this reading, whatever works. If you're not in a relationship with anybody, you don't have anybody specific in mind, what Spirit may be doing is showing you the feminine within yourself and the masculine within yourself, and how you're balancing that, and what you're gravitating and towards and magnetizing towards you in relation to love. Okay, so I'm going to call this one pile 1, this pile 2, and this pile 3. There are going to be chimes at the end of each reading, so hang in for that after I put the cards away, and go ahead and use the timestamp to move to your pile if you are not choosing pile 1. And I'm going to dive into pile 1's cards now. So hello there, pile 1. Okay, so over here we have the masculine, the feminine, and the energies between you. Okay, and the masculine, the feminine, the energies between you. Okay, really interesting. From the astrology deck, we do have Taurus and Libra on the table. So for some of you, you could be a Libra or a Taurus, or the person you're inquiring about could be a Libra or Taurus, or you could be meeting somebody new who's a Libra or Taurus and having a connection with them. So it does look like something's going on. There's some indecision between the two of you, or we have the Two of Swords, and it's called schizophrenia in the Osho Zen deck that I'm using. It can kind of represent being or feeling like we're stuck between a rock and a hard place, and we have to make some sort of choice. We can't stay the way, things can't stay the way they are forever, or we can't stay in the same position forever. Some sort of decision or choice needs to be made, but it's very difficult, and it looks like there's no way to win, or there's no safe way to navigate oneself out of it. Okay, so there's a lot of tension, a lot of stress being shown between the two of you in this connection. Over here on the masculine side, it looks, there's going with the flow, which is actually the opposite sort of energy. She's floating along, being in the present moment, letting life kind of do the work and guide you forward. So for some of you, this, I guess, could look like laziness, perhaps, coming from a male. I'm not sure. But really, it's the energy of surrender to life, and no longer exerting energy unnecessarily. Okay, so it's very harmonious energy. And then over on the feminine side, we have letting go, the Eight of Cups, or the Eight of Water. This is an energy of transition, and I actually want my black book for this one, so I'm going to take a minute to get into my black book for my note on the Eight of Cups here. This is sometimes a card that represents fear or anxiety or uncertainty about doing something new, leaving behind what one has and doing something new, moving into new waters. We have a water droplet here as gravity is taking it into the larger body of water, the lake or the pond or whatever it is. So it's leaving its known world and its past experiences, and where it's been sitting on this leaf, probably fell from the sky first or something like that. It could have been condensation, but it's been on this leaf, and for whatever reason, maybe it's feeling called or drawn to have this change occur. But there's some fear, anxiety of the unknown, and of leaving behind what has been familiar and what one is known. Yeah, the Eight of Cups represents starting over. We have Libra, which is actually it's the seventh house. And it's actually the sign and house of marriage, of partnerships. But it's also the house of hidden enemies. Okay, so it's relationships, one-on-one relationships, light and dark, both polarities there. And we have Taurus. Reversed, the second house reversed energy. Somebody could be feeling, and probably maybe the feminine, but it could be either of you really. But just taking a look at the cards, I would, if I had to guess one of them, I would guess it's the feminine. There could be an issue of you wanting to have something more stable with a partner, this person wanting to have marriage or some sort of commitment, move in together, make some sort of investment together, some sort of commitment, or stability. You know, they're not bringing enough stability to the relationship. Maybe they don't make enough money, or they don't appreciate what they have. They don't appreciate what they have with you. They don't seem to. The possibility for all of that is there, looking at these cards. However, this could be talking about either person's, and maybe both persons' blockages or imbalances within the second house, within that sign of Taurus, which could be work-related or resource-related, feeling like you have enough. Being grounded, health issues, value clashes between you, or some sort of blockage or imbalance related to your values within yourself, like your subconscious mind and your conscious mind being in conflict, or your mind and your heart and your actions being out of balance, not harmonized with each other, sort of contradicting each other there. Okay, so there could be some sort of obstacle on those fronts. However, you have Guinevere, true love here, and you have good fortune here as well. It says, the romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you, Guinevere. And then over here, good fortune says the universe, there's an affirmation on the back that you can use to practice, to say or write or sing. You can work with the affirmation to help increase your fortune, your good fortune. And you can modify it a little bit too, because these are largely directed at money, but I find that they work nicely with love readings too, the way I'm doing some of them, if you think of them that way. So the affirmation on the card reads, "The universe provides me and my family with prospects for good fortune." So there's definitely a message here from our spirit guides saying that they want you to believe and see the good fortune in your life, and the good and the blessings and the abundance and prosperity and love and all of these wonderful things in your life, rather than turn a blind eye on them and focus on the negative, because there's some sort of transformation that does seem to be going on in your love life. And this card says that you're a loving person. Something has started stirring your heart. You have romantic feelings, and the universe is in the process of delivering great love to you. So you have great love in your life. You have great love coming into your life. So we do have one more card for each of the feminine, the masculine, and the connection. So the masculine is spontaneity. It says you move beyond the constraints of the mind and freely and lovingly embrace new situations. The masculine is going with the flow. The masculine is up for whatever is coming his way. Okay, so there's an energy of spontaneity, of liberation, of freeing oneself. The feminine's card is responsibility, and it says you are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. And the connection card is vision. It says no matter what, you see the bigger picture of a loving, just universe. Okay. I'm not really sure what to make of all that. I'm going to get the chimes going. I have not done up a Christmas board yet. I'm kind of hoping to. I think I might. But I do have this one that I put together a while ago and I've been using. And I did add some Christmassy chimes and things to the bag. Hopefully add some more as time goes on here. Let's see what we have for pile 1, love reading. Okay. The number 3, okay, so there could be a third-party situation for some of you. There could be some sort of hang-up or obstacle where there's a third party involved. Could be somebody's child. It could be a relationship that's not completely gone away for whatever reason. Could be a pesky ex. Could be, that there's not full conclusion with a relationship, or somebody is dating somebody else. It could really be anything. Could be somebody's parent. There's just like a third wheel there for some. For others, this 3 could have different significance, different symbolism. I am also getting the message about it being a 3 universal year, and the triangle and the symbol of fire and movement and motion. There is movement and motion with this relationship situation, your love life. There's movement with it for sure. I saw it on both sides. The feminine side looked a little bit like it was maybe in a little bit more of a state of resistance, but there's inevitable change happening. There's a starting over also coming in, and that could be starting over with this person that you asked about. Starting over, like there's conversation, misunderstandings are cleared up, forgiveness is occurring. Could be a starting over with yourself on an energetic level, a new phase in your love life. Could be the conclusion of a relationship as well. Okay. We have Spock here, kind of laying on his back, relaxing. Now is the time to start listening, part of the board. There is an element of like there is the earth element being represented here and doing what's practical, looking at what's practical, what's logical. Um, there's also something here about like your rewards and your prizes and reaping what you've sown, okay? And I do get the message from your guides that you've given life and others and you've put out the energy of love. So you have love coming back to you as well from the universe to receive. If you were looking for something, this could be, Aquarius, Pisces, Capricorn, Virgo being represented here with Spock. It could really be any sign, but those are the ones coming to mind here. With that, what was I going to say? Oh, as far as stability goes, or what you want in your future, there's a message here about now it's the time to start listening. So listening to your heart about what it's telling you as far as what you want in your life, what you want in your love life, what you want in a partner, what makes sense to you. Listening to your heart, but also listening to the other person. If there's two people, you're talking about a connection here, listening to the other person and what they're saying as far as what they feel is logical and sensible, yes. Also, though, what it is that they want for their future. Okay. Yeah, this could be talking about space too. Somebody might just need some space. You guys might need some space right now. So you can listen to yourself, to your higher self, to your spirit guides. Just take I don't know. The bow could also represent gifts, packages, presents, and Christmas or Yule or Hanukkah or whenever you exchange presents with your loved ones. This could be talking about getting them a present, and it's right here on this board too, telling me that if it's talking about getting a present, it's talking about whoever this is, you or the other person, wanting to get something that's soulful, or wanting to give something that's soulful or deep, meaningful, something very meaningful, something that's a reward for the time and effort that you put into the relationship or put into something. This could be coming from platonic relationships as well. From this message could be coming about family members wanting to get you a nice gift or something very meaningful, or even a boss or an employer or a coworker or somebody that you do business with, a client, wanting to get you something because they feel like you've earned it. You've done a lot of hard work and you've earned it. Yeah, this could also be, I feel like this is also the message from the guides for some about exploring sort of the shadow sides of the relationship, or doing deep healing work, or getting to the bottom of it, or having this deep emotional connection. This is scorpionic energy. This is I'm not playing around energy. That it's actually a gift of growth. Okay, because we have green, which is, represents growth and life. And here we have remember. Okay, this is one of the words that came out from the Christmas word package thing that I put into the chimes. It says remember. And it's falling on the part of the board where somebody is standing up giving a speech. So this could be you or them remembering conversation that you had, or one of you was kind of preaching at the other. It seemed like you were going on and on giving a speech. It could just be a conversation that you had, or something that was said between the two of you, remembering words, the other person, something that you shared. Oh, I so want to do clarifiers. But I won't. I'm going to move on to the next pile, and there'll be lots of readings. There'll be readings, possibly lots, in the Yuletide event and moving forward that you can check out if you want more. Okay, pile 1, I hope that your reading was beneficial and that you're having a great time, great holiday season. Much love to you. Moving on to pile 2 now. Bye-bye. All right, pile 2, those of you who chose the snowflake, the purple snowflake ornament, this is your reading. Let's take a look at your cards. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. I have to keep hydrating myself, and sometimes my straw makes a slurpy noise. Okay, 3 here, and Aries reversed, air reversed. So we have Aries reversed and air reversed showing up. The feminine, the masculine, and the energies between you. The feminine, the masculine, and the energies between you. Communication. And medicine woman. You're a channel for divine healing power. Okay. Alright, so we have the sign of Aries, the first house, and the element of air both showing up reversed. So what it's looking like so far is that there's blockages or imbalances or obstacles, delays, hang-ups associated with communication. Could be with travel. And with each person's or one person in the partnerships, independence and can be self-care or their individuality, maintaining and keeping their individuality. All right, so just to give you like blunt, straight up on sugar-coated messages here, it could be self-confidence issues on you or your partner's end, not feeling. It could be that you have a tendency, or they have a tendency to sort of pull a chameleon, like try to, or either subconsciously or consciously, take on the traits or attributes of a person they're in a relationship with, or that they're spending time with, or that they fall in love with, or they develop a fancy for, however you want to say it, and sort of lose a piece of their individuality when they get into relationships. And you know that it's not the healthiest thing to do. The spirit guides are showing it as something, as a challenge, as something to work through, to liberate oneself and move forward in love. Okay, I gotta look at the rest of the cards here. More full message. I mean, we do also have communication here too, from this deck, and that air reversed thing. So I do feel like there's a blockage or imbalance with communication. Could be one person is wanting to communicate and the other person is saying, no, not now, I need space, I need time, I can't talk to you right now, or just giving you the cold shoulder, not answering the phone, things like that could be going on. Somebody could be really forcefully trying to communicate too. It's like all one-sided. One person keeps reaching out, sending text messages, there's no response. That kind of thing could be going on. Or there could be like a shyness where you're not feeling quite confident enough, not sure enough in yourself yet to communicate what's in your heart, or what you want to say, what you want to communicate. You're unsure. Okay, so let's see what we have down here. The masculine side, we have a major arcana card, Innocence. It is 19 major arcana. And we have empathy. You feel and understand the emotions of another in the service of love. So on the masculine side, I'm seeing a very, very innocent intent. I'm seeing I'm seeing an observing, like a trying to get to know someone, or an observing, trying to understand, have compassion, understanding, empathy about the other's emotions, um, so that they can be a good servant to love. Not necessarily a good servant to you, but a good servant to love. Okay, so this, I'm not sure if it's describing the person and their personality or their energy towards you right now, just yet. Over on the feminine side, we have the breakthrough card, Major Arcana card number 11. So this is very transformational energy. The female in the relationship, or the feminine, could have gone through something could have been very traumatizing, because the shadow side of this card is like a breakdown. So they could have experienced some sort of breakdown, a mental breakdown, an emotional breakdown, a heart chakra awakening. A physical breakdown of some sort with a health issue, something in their life falling away. But also, it could have been a breakthrough. It could have been a heart chakra awakening. It could have been, instead or simultaneously, it could have been like a great idea, or a miracle granted, right? Or it's just feeling really, along with kindness, it's sort of like a whole new world with this energy of the master number 11 here, and the gateway, the portal, just breaking through to the other side of something. We have kindness. It says you are a humanitarian made of love, and you are able to share that energy with others. So for some of you, the feminine in this, there is a relationship, and the feminine in this relationship maybe hadn't been in a relationship with anyone for a while, had been on their own for a while, or had sort of closed their heart down in a certain way that it is now open. Between you, you have the Five of Cups, clinging to the past, and Virtue card. It says you acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow. So some of you could be twin flames or soulmates, and there could be a lot of challenges between you, but this is really kind of weird. I almost want to clarify, but we're going to use the chimes for more clarification. This is kind of weird. Between you guys, you have the clinging to the past energy, which means that both of you, in some way, shape, or form, are kind of being blockheads as far as the present and the future go, because you're holding up this mess of past experiences and past outcomes, and the way things happened in the past, lessons from the past. Okay, so this could be, the fears, anxieties. This could be, you got cheated on in the past, so now you're looking for signs and expecting this person to cheat on you. It's past wounding of all sorts here. It can also be a longing for the past, like maybe it was easier in the beginning of your relationship, or the way the connection felt in the beginning. It says that you're capable of seeing your own value, the both of you, and you have done that to an extent through your connection, and maybe you've developed sort of a codependency on each other, even for some of you. Or a codependency on your own like past patterns of ways of thinking, um, being single for some of you, because there's a newness to the relationship of some that I'm picking up on with this reading. Alright, so up here in the corner from the Goddess Guidance deck, you have the Medicine Woman card, and it says you are a channel for divine healing power. It doesn't matter whether you're male or female. This goddess is representing your power to receive messages from the divine, receive messages from your angels, your spirit guides, God, Source, Creator, your higher self. Uploads of information, healing energy, life energy, vitality, chi, prana, and to heal. And it looks like with this reading, you know, there's definitely a message from the guides here about healing yourself. Don't worry so much about healing the other person. And that message is especially for the masculine. It may be specifically for the masculine. It could be for the feminine as well, or both of you. But you don't have to worry about healing the other person or even healing the relationship. It's the focus is about you healing you. The only way that you can heal the connection or the relationship, if there is one, or your love life, is through healing this first house energy, through healing yourself, through nurturing and giving yourself care, by building your confidence, standing true in your own identity, being who you are authentically, being willing to grow, right? And we have the communication card, and the affirmation on this is, I effectively communicate and clarify my needs in order to achieve my goals. So this deck seems to be aimed primarily at money, abundance, prosperity, finance, okay? But I really still like using it in some of the love readings, and if you look at it through the lens of it being intended for your love reading, I think it's, you know, a deck worth using, and there's strong messages here to understand. You can choose to edit the affirmations a little bit if you so desire to fit your situation. It could say, I effectively communicate and clarify my needs in order to have a healthy romantic relationship, for example. But you could use it the way it is as well. Whatever you think is best, both ways. I effectively communicate and clarify my needs in order to achieve my goals. There is definitely some cloudy communication on one end or both ends, like within this relationship, or with yourself, about what you want in your love life, what you want for a love life, what you want that to look like. There's definitely communication issues, struggles, blockages, imbalances and stuff to clear up. So using that affirmation, I'm just getting the message, like Spirit is highlighting it 3 times, okay? Especially, you know, too, like this is what the relationship is looking like between the two of you. There's an energy here of perhaps wanting to move forward. But there being some things that need to be sorted through or set aside before that can happen. Because there is this energy of the two of you together being I don't know if it's being good partners, being a good team, or your love is like a good example to others, something like that. That message might not resonate for everybody, but it could have resonated for some of you. I'm going to look at the chimes now. Definitely want to get into your chimes. So I have not yet made a Christmas board. I kind of would like to, so maybe we'll get there. But I did add in a few holiday themed chimes to the chime bag. So let's see, what do we have for pile 2 for this love reading for chimes? Okay. So we have the word joy over here and grateful. Frankenstein. The number 7, that might have significance to some of you. 7, lucky number 7. Transitional growth phase. Personal meaning, perhaps. We have passion, okay? Passionate heart. T, prosperity. Yeah, some of you may be twin flames or star seeds, soulmates. This is a blue marble, but to me, it represents more than that. It represents the time-space continuum and super consciousness. So this represents something beyond the earth plane to me. The Ace of Pumpkins. So there is an energy of new beginnings with the Ace of Pumpkins. New beginnings, new starts, and it could be related to business or work or prosperity in some way, shape, or form, resources. Could be something starting with a gift, something starting over, perhaps. Now is the time to start listening, relaxation. It could be about one of you taking better care of your health and nurturing yourself better so that you're not so burnt out from work. I don't know. I really want to read these, so I'm going to do that. We have a little hug token. It says, a little angel with a hug for you, giving love and comfort the whole year through. You're not alone when this angel is near, reminding you that you're special and very dear. And we have elephant lessons. Stay strong and test new waters. Holding hands or trunks is always a good idea. Show love and snuggle often. Respect your wrinkles as a sign of wisdom. Keep your best friends close. What makes you different is what makes you extraordinary. If you're happy and you know it, flap your ears. These chimes here, I mean, they may have personal significance for you. There's a teapot and there's grates. But what I'm picking up off from this is that you're worth, you and your connection and your love life are worth nurturance, quality, fuel, right? Tea, food, nutrients, and prosperity. You're worth high quality things. You're worth the good in life. And sometimes there's a process to that, and when, especially, with twin flame and soulmate and this sort of super conscious energy here. Sometimes there's a process to getting there. Okay, there's passion. There could be an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn that's coming through strongly. Could be you, could be a romantic partner. There's passion with this person. Could be past lives, future lives. Like I said, twin flame soulmate connections. We have joy and we have grateful. So I think there is gratitude in this partnership or for this partnership, and there is joy that's felt between the both of you. You really have something nice, some of you here. You have, more than just one role or one this person can mean so much to you, and vice versa. It's like somebody to laugh with and have fun with, somebody to share affection with. I really pick up a lot with this. There's a friend to it. If this person, yeah, I'm stuttering all over myself, but basically there's passion, but it's not just love, like lust and passion. There's there's depth to the feelings in this connection for those of you who are in a relationship and that's resonating with. Okay, and there's, I think 7, is symbolizing good luck as well. We have Frankenstein here, and I think this is kind of, for some, a message about how when you have something this powerful, it can overwhelm you to go crazy, go mad, right? So there's just the message of trying to keep yourself in balance there, I think, for some. Oh, we have keepsakes also. I almost didn't see that, but we have the message of keepsakes. So I do feel like what you've shared in love, in your love life, within current relationship, past relationships, there's an energy here of not all is lost. Like there's keepsakes, and you want keepsakes, I think, moving forward too. You want things that document your experience, your memories, things that you can hold on to in the future. So some of you, you might be looking at keepsakes, memories, old notes, letters, cards, gifts. You might be receiving gifts. You might be looking at photos, things like that, or making memories, making photos. Okay. So I think also, somebody may have been making decisions or trying to strategize and plan and sort of play the game or use their skills in an intelligent way. It could be with the best of intentions, or it could be out of fear, but they're doing so from a place of being stressed out and a little temporarily wonky, a little temporarily out of their mind. Overly emotional, perhaps, or I don't know, just something not quite right about this. There's something artificial about it. But I think it can clear up. I mean, for some, if you think that might have been you, it could even clear up with like diet. Like get yourself some healthy tea, get yourself some healthy food, just eat some healthy stuff, drink some water, cleanse yourself out. Do things that make you feel joyous and grateful, and before you know it, life's gonna help straighten out whatever occurred here. Alright, I'm gonna wrap up your reading. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to be reading for you again soon. Take care. Be well. Bye-bye. Okay. Pile 3. Hello. Welcome. Those of you who picked the felt penguin, this is your reading. Let's see what's in the cards for you. Okay, the 10th house, the sign of Capricorn reversed, and Pluto right side up. Feminine, masculine energy between them. The feminine, the masculine, and the energy between them. Faith and past lives. Okay. Some of you, this is a past life connection. A soulmate, twin flame, some sort of past life, somebody you had a past life with. Or there could be a past life situation that's currently influencing your love life. The 10th house is symbolic of life purpose as well as career, structure, planning, self-discipline, and it's showing up reversed, indicating a blockage or an imbalance. This could also be talking about a Capricorn person. If you're in a relationship with a Capricorn, or you're crushing on a Capricorn, or you yourself are a Capricorn, could be talking about you being out of balance at this time, or there being a blockage or imbalance with this person in your connection. Alright, so yeah, we have past lives coming up twice. We have it coming up in the Oshizen Tarot, and we have it coming up as the Goddess card. Alright, down below here we have, and Pluto, before I go into that, Pluto would be co-ruler of Scorpio, so this could be referring to a Scorpio. We have the masculine being represented by Major Arcana card 18, which is being called Past Lives here in this deck. And then also we have the card Transformation. It says you use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. So there's past programming going on with the masculine. There's some of them may be becoming more aware of their past programming and what it was, what it is, seeing it through different lenses, so to speak, seeing it differently, seeing it for what it was, gaining new awareness about it. And realizing that it wasn't necessarily a hard and fast reality all the time. Sometimes it was a projection, somebody else's projection, or your projection. It's just shadowy stuff here. This is very scorpionic type energy, but not just that, Piscean too. This could be the male or the masculine being focused on the past, being focused on their fears, or looking at their fears, having their fears present themselves from past pain, from past trauma, from past situations. There's the infinity symbol in here once or more too, and it can talk about being stuck and just going around and around in the same old patterns. Okay. There's transformation going on too, and I feel like for some, the message here is that the masculine knows how to do this transformation, and they keep coming back to this energy, though. Oh, I really want to draw clarifiers for your cards. So let me look at the others. Let me look at the other cards. Look at the feminine. The feminine, we have totality. The 5 of fire, the 5 of rods. And we have unity. It says you understand that the love shared with another is amplified and has a ripple effect across the universe. I feel like the feminine is doing their best. They want to do their best. They're doing their best. Perhaps they're all in totality, or they are being asked to be all in, being asked to commit totally, or being asked to focus on this person or this connection to, like, as a higher priority, focus harder. There's an element of teamwork and needing to trust, and both people needing to do their part, or else it's going to hurt the other. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing within the feminine, and I'm seeing that the feminine isn't seeing this as just a low-level root chakra type. I don't know if root chakra is really the word I want to use here, but like base-level, lusty, I have needs, you have needs, it's about you and me and us, and type connection, they're seeing it from an elevated perspective where they understand that when they're in a place of love within themselves, love and balance within themselves, and they're loving themselves, they become more lovable to the world. And when they're in this connection, for those of you who are in a connection, when they're in this connection and this other person is feeling loved and loving themselves, and both people are loving each other and themselves, the love like amplifies and it radiates out into the universe. So she or the feminine is seeing this relationship as a gift to the universe as well, a gift of love. Okay, so she sees it as if she loses this connection or this love falls away, this love drops, they're no longer united, then it could be, if that happens, then she's seeing it as the universe is losing that radiance that they give off together as well. Okay, there's definitely an energy of, see, Pluto is the planet of power, and it's showing up right side up. So there's power between you. There's power in your love life, and you are powerful. And it's showing up right side up, saying it's working in your favor. You're using your power wisely. Power is being used wisely. This is also sex. It's more than that, and it's awkward because that's all I can remember is power and sex, but transformation. Pluto is transformation, sex, power. Can have to do with self-esteem too, like personal empowerment. In its quote-unquote light side. With Capricorn reversed here, though, there could be power struggle stuff going on. Yeah, because Capricorn's interested in power to an extent too. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So between you, you have the Six of Rainbows, compromise, and this is also symbolic of your connection, right? Masculine, feminine, the connection. And expression, it says you are ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. So what's apt to be going on here in the connection, for those of you who are in a connection, is you're looking at, both of you, I think, for most situations, it's both people. There's a looking at what each person is willing to compromise and what they aren't. What feels like a healthy compromise for the sake of the relationship where both parties benefit, or where it'll even itself out and balance itself out, and it's in alignment and okay with our boundaries that we have in place, our healthy boundaries, or that we want to have in place. What's a fair compromise? And what is compromising of oneself? What is giving too much? What is giving or asking for too much, more than can be safely or helpfully given? Okay? So there could be something that you guys are trying to negotiate or work out, something you didn't see eye to eye on. Maybe one person wants one thing, the other person wants another, and you're trying to meet in the middle somewhere. It could be many different situations, like maybe one person saying, yes, I want a monogamous relationship and I want to be engaged to you, and if we're not going to have this engagement, then let's not bother doing any of this. And the other person's like, well, I'm not ready to get engaged. That's too much for me. I can't do that. That would be compromising my goals, my life goals. I can't make that compromise for the relationship. These kinds of situations could be going on here. Okay, but you are ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. So we're moving out of a place of ego or fear, or even for some, I think a place of like stepping back from each other as there was transformation occurring, maybe a pause. Maybe somebody needed some time or space, or there was a pause in the relationship, even a breakup. For some, there's a moving away from that into expression again, self-expression. So you could be coming together to have conversations again, or meeting up, spending time together, expressing your love in some way. It could be gifts. I don't know. A lot of different things here. This card in its shadow side can be manipulative and shady, but sneaky, shady, manipulative, underhanded. And there is that like message of caution if you sense that something's not quite right in a relationship or a connection, or something could be going on there. Yeah. But for some, I think the masculine is trying to move out of old patterns where they were stuck into new, fresh energy, and be in a place where they can meet the feminine on more level ground, and be more in the present moment. Okay, so there could be blockages and imbalances related to career, life purpose, self-discipline, and that goes for addictions too. If you have addictions that are getting out of hand, or you're refusing to sit in the driver's seat of your own life. And healing those will heal your love life as well. It'll heal it up some for sure, because it's showing up here, letting me know that it's affecting your love life. We have the faith card, and the affirmation on this card is, I have faith that I can manifest the wealth and prosperity that I desire. This deck is really geared towards money and finance and prosperity and abundance, but I still really like using it in some of these love readings, because if you take it in the context of being in relation to your love life and you listen to it that way, I think that you can get the message, you can get some good messages on the topic of love and your love relationships and love life. So you can use the affirmation in a number of different ways. I do recommend using them especially if you intuitively recognize that it would be beneficial for you to use it. And you can edit them a little bit if you want. So, for example, it could say, I have faith that I can manifest the love that I desire, or I have faith that I can manifest the love and harmony in my romantic relationship that I desire. Okay? Or you can use it exactly how it is, because again, we do have that blockage or imbalance with career showing up here. It could be that your or their career ambitions, their career goals aren't going so well, and therefore they don't feel as confident as they could, which would benefit your love partnership, your love relationship, your love life. They don't feel as able to provide for you in time and money and attention and focus and energy, whatever, as they think that you're worth, or that they need to be in a healthy relationship. Any of that could be going on for you or them. So however your intuition guides you to use that affirmation, it's there for you. And then we have Isis, the past life card, and it says this situation involves your past life memories. This situation involves your past life memories. So again, some of you could be twin flames, or soulmates, starseeds who have had past lives together. Some of you could be going through a phase in life where your soul purpose, your life purpose, is temporarily being put into imbalance so that you can rebalance it with the timeline. You can rebalance it with current energies, like an upgrade or an update, upload of information on an energetic and spiritual level. And for some of you, it could be, again, that there's fears or past life, past memories within this lifetime. But it was like so long ago, it feels like another life. You know, could be childhood stuff, could be stuff from your first relationship or a past relationship. And there's memories and fears and the things having to do with that are influencing your love life currently. Let's take a look at your chimes. So I have not yet done a Yuletide or Christmas board, but I kind of like to, so maybe I will, and we'll have one later in the event. But I did add some Christmassy words and a couple Christmassy chimes into the bag. Let's see, what do we have for chimes for the love reading for pile 3, please? Okay. Could be talking about an Aquarius here because we have this star wand. Could also be Aries, any fire sign being represented there. I do feel like there's a message about being clear about what your wishes are, because the universe can't grant you your wishes if you don't know what they are. So it's about making your wishes, setting your intents. Yeah, for some of you, I feel like you've been listening to something over and over again and you don't want to listen to it anymore. It's ancient. You wish it was extinct. You're trying to block it out. Could be something from society, could be from something from your family, could be something that keeps resurfacing relationship after relationship. You know, men or women, they keep saying the same thing to you. They keep treating you in a certain way. Keep saying something that you just want to block out. You don't want to hear it anymore. We have a flower here, so beauty, prosperity. We have Spock. So we could be talking about really any sign here, but signs that come to mind when I see Spock are Aquarius, Capricorn, Pisces. If some of you had a specific question, a yes or no question that you had in mind, the answer may be yes, because we have the yes heart popping up. Okay. I do feel like, you know, for some of you, there's a connection that you had in mind that really brought you a lot of joy. I think it brought both people a lot of joy. You were able to laugh together, have fun. This is the laughing Buddha. And your vibrations raised together. It was like you were in your experience, your connection has been enlightening and joyous at times. Okay, we have a couple symbols representing night, the night hours, nighttime. When it's dark, I don't know if that's when you spend time with them, or maybe that's when your spirit is recharging you for the next day, and spirit's talking about doing certain meditations or relaxing or self-care. Or programming yourself for life purpose, career, abundance, blessings, success. You know, with that 10th house blockage and balance showing up, it's definitely showing up because it's wanting to be healed. And we have pumpkin here. This could be talking about sign of Scorpio. Um, the pumpkin can be symbol. It's actually a jack-o'-lantern if you pop out the pieces. It can be symbolic of prosperity and abundance. Could have personal meaning to you or significance to you. Could be referring to fall, autumn for some reason. We have a penguin, so I think one or both of you have a penguin spirit guide, and you could look more into that on your own because there may be messages of relevance there. Could also have a bat spirit guide because I have a bat showing up. We have a blank piece of paper, a tiny blank piece of paper. Okay. We have peas, so peas in a pod, perhaps, or healthy food, nourishment, food, connecting through food, gardening, growing. We have the letter M, and it is on the part of the board that says now is the time to start listening. I do feel like there's a message here for some of you about being mindful about the music that you're listening to, because it is subconsciously, it's brain food. Is it brain junk food, empty calories, or is it true nourishment? And the M, of course, could have individual significance to you, personal significance that spirit tells you about through your own intuition, your own mind, rather than channeling through me. Even though this is a small piece of paper, I do feel like there's a significant message here about maybe writing things down for some of you. You could be writing a song. You could be using music to get into a place to be able to release your feelings or your thoughts freely, let them flow for some. It could be also writing about your wishes. What do you want in 2020? What do you want in a boyfriend, girlfriend? What do you want in a husband, wife? What do you want in love? Do you want to be married? Do you want to be single? Do you want to be dating people? Do you want a committed relationship that's not married? And what do you want in a partner? What role do you want them to fulfill, or purpose do you want them to fulfill? There's definitely an energy and a sense of taking things logically, like being logical, being sensible, and evaluating the situation, weighing the pros and cons, what's going on, looking at things from a logical mind. But there's also the message here, too, of not forgetting that there's deeper spiritual truths beyond the intellect. Okay? And that, joy and abundance and your happiness is very important. Spiritual health is very important as well. So having a good sense of humor and not taking oneself too seriously. There's also the message here when I think about the cards too. I think about handling things on a practical level, handling one's responsibilities, making wise choices, and it bringing you organization and space for joy and abundance and happy surprises and blessings to come in. Okay. So I guess that's it for your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. There's also, no, there's more. There's also a message here about not having to listen to the same old shit. For whatever that means, okay? Whatever that means to you. It could be garbage music, honestly. You're just trying to fill a void and you're listening to really horrible music. Or you're listening to stuff that it changes your mood. Maybe you're listening to stuff that makes you angry. And okay, but you've been listening to it for a while now, and now you're carrying around this angry energy, this angry vibe is what you're giving off, and it's getting in your way. It could be listening to gossip, right? Be people just kind of doing the same old thing, spreading the same types of rumors about people. I don't know. There's the need to like block out something that isn't serving you, that's old news that you've been taking in as mental food, because there's nourishment available, and it definitely affects your love life. Alright, so that concludes and wraps up your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to be doing another reading for you soon. So take care and be well. Bye bye.